Welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I've got a story today about a little guy. A little guy who's surrounded by big guys. This book is called The Littlest Yak. The Littlest Yak. A yak is a giant animal, but this one is a little yak. He's not as big as all the other yaks, and I think that bothers him a little bit because he doesn't think he can do what everybody else can do. We all know how that feels. Sometimes we feel like we're too little, but in this book, The Littlest Yak learns a very big lesson. Are you ready to get inside this book with Miss Dorothy? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up because here we go. The Littlest Yak, written by Lu Fraser and Kate Hindley. On the tip-top of a mountain all snowy, where the ice swirling, toe-curling blizzards were blowy, in a herd full of huddling yaks big and small, lived Gertie, the littlest yak of them all. Look, there's a whole big yak family, and that little guy, that's Gertie. Now Gertie was great at being a yak, with the curliest, whirliest wool on her back. She could clip-clop up cliffs no matter how slippy, on little yak hoofs that were splendidly grippy. Yes, Gertie was all that a small yak should be, but there isn't, she sighed, any bigness in me. I'm the yak at the back who is stuck in her smallness. I want to grow up and have greatness and tallness, with the hugest of hoofs and humongous horns too. There isn't a thing that a big yak can't do. Uh-oh, she's feeling like she's too little and that she'll never be as big as those other yaks. But yaks, Mommy smiled, are all shapes and sizes, and bigness can come in all sorts of disguises. Maybe one day you'll be huge, you'll be tall, so don't rush to grow up when it's great being small. That's good advice from Mommy. Don't try to grow up too fast. It's good to be little. Yet at night tiptoed in the stars filled the sky. From the heart of the herd, Gertie sighed a huge sigh. Hugeness and tallness seem so far away. I don't want to be small. I need bigness today. Oh, she's wishing on the stars that she could be bigger. So Gertie began on a growing up plan and ate every veggie a little yak can. She pattered up mountains, she clattered down hills. She hopped and she skipped and she never sat still. She's eating her vegetables and working hard. She thinks that she'll grow faster. And she read lots of books to make her thoughts grow, because grown-ups have big things to think and to know. And though Gertie hoped and she wished and she tried, the days slipped away, but no growing arrived. What if, she sniffed, I'm a yak who can't grow? And a salty tear plopped from her cheek to the snow. But wait, what was that? Something was coming. 100 yak hoofbeats were steadily drumming, and leading the herd in a snowy flake flurry was Mommy Yak grunting, Oh, Gertie, please hurry! Look up, a yak stuck on the crazy cliff's edge, and the end of the narrowest, rockiest ledge. Oh no, there's a yak stuck up on the ledge. Our hoofs are too heavy, our hoofs are too wide to squeeze on a ledge on a steep mountainside. But you are our littlest, grippiest yak. Only you can squeeze up there and bring that yak back. You need me? Gertie gasped. Because I'm so small? My smallness can do something big after all. The other yaks are too big to do the job. They need the smallest yak. And Gertie was off. There was no time to waste over the ice-frotted rocks in great haste. Up higher and higher, leaping and springing, then onto the ledge where a yak shape was clinging. Oh, Gertie! Squealed as she stopped in her tracks. Why, you're the tiniest, weeniest, teeniest of yaks. Yep, look, she found somebody even smaller than her. I wanted to clip up, clop up cliffs, the yak shivered, but I'm not very grippy, and his tiny horse quivered. Well, gripping, smiled Gertie, is what I do best. Just hold on tightly, and I'll do the rest. So onto her back the teeniest yak leapt, and down through the rocks and the ice Gertie swept. Gertie's rescuing the teeniest little yak. Home to the herd far below cheering loudly. Gertie, you did it, they all grunted proudly. Their teeniest yak wouldn't be stuck without you. There are some things only a small yak can do. Now they're all cheering for Gertie. Then Gertie was wrapped in warm woolly hug, and into her ear Mommy whispered with love, as sure as the stars in the glittering sky, you'll be all grown up in the blink of an eye. But it's here and it's now, whilst you're wonderfully small, that you've found you've got bigness inside after all. Gertie found out that she didn't need to be tall to do big things. And as Gertie gazed up at the moon's silver light, being small, the little yak smiled, is all right. For I'm just the right size that a Gertie should be. I'm perfectly little and perfectly me. Yay! Gertie learned that it's okay to be little. Did you see what happened? Gertie was not happy that she was so little and she couldn't do all the other things the big yaks could do. But then she found out there was something she could do that the big yaks couldn't do. Because when the tiniest yak got stuck on that ledge, nobody could fit up there but Gertie. And Gertie saved the day. So being little was a good thing. And now Gertie's happy just to be Gertie. And that makes me happy because that's something we all need to remember. You know, God made every single one of us different. Some of us are big and some of us are little, but no matter what, God has a plan for each and every one of us. Just like God had a plan for Gertie to save the tiniest yak. Miss Dorothy wants you to be happy with who you are. Don't try to grow up so fast. Just enjoy being little. And remember, even little guys can do big things. I hope you'll remember that. But tonight, it's time for all my little yaks to get into bed. I need you to get under your covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a really good night's sleep. And tomorrow, no matter what happens, remember, you may be a little guy, but you can do really big things. And the best way to learn what you can do is to listen to Mom and Dad and your teacher and your grandma and grandpa, and whatever they say, obey, and obey right away. And then come back and see Miss Dorothy. I'm going to be sitting right here, ready to read another book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it, and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.